Look,
listen.
welcome
Geese,
one and
just
all.
give me
welcome, everybody. Welcome one and all to the Look Listen Cast. It's a podcast about Pokemon Horizons, the anime, and also other things. So honestly, we've been over this before, but it is basically if you're into Pokemon or if you're into other things, we've got everything for you. We're episode 175 of this. We're going to discuss Horizons episode 118 today. But what I'm trying to make clear, please, God, just go and like and subscribe because we contain the full, what do you call it, Taylor? The full of all English knowledge. What's it called, Taylor?
The
breadth. Yes.
Breadth. Yes.
The full breadth of everything on the planet, Pokemon and other things.
Breadth of the wild is what they ought to call us.
Tearth of the kingdom. Geese Peep is picking at her face. Welcome to the podcast.
Stop that. Kids, don't pick your faces. Just
look.
Just don't. I am. That's the problem.
It's something to do.
Listen.
I am looking and listening.
Our first segment of the week, of course, is always look. Nope. Listen. Nope.
Look no more at Geese Peep. Peeping in on Geese. What you been geesing, Geese?
Yeah, look no more. Geese Peep, welcome to the podcast.
A Geese Peep story.
Don't look at me.
It's just in the Conjuring universe.
Yeah. Why, Geese Peep, since you were not here last week, why don't you start us off on Geese of the Week? What you been peeping?
Well, guys, I finally did it. I finished Yotei.
That's right, Ghost of Yotei. What a good video game. I've played it. Have I beaten it? No. Do I need to hurry? Do I need to hurry and beat it because Metroid Prime comes out in mere hours? Yes. Geese, please take it away.
Geese.
I really liked it.
Yeah?
I might platinum it.
No, Geese, you're not even in the PlayStation ecosystem. Don't do that to yourself. I was thinking about this the other day and how many games that I don't even enjoy because I'm planning on getting the platinum. Don't do that to yourself.
No, she's good because
Bless you.
Thank you. Because the thing is,
he's allergic to talking about platinums.
The first thing, it's just so sick to think that her first PlayStation game, she gets the platinum. Also, for Yotei, getting the platinum is easy. It's just doing everything.
Bless you.
See, he's so allergic. It's just like Captain Pikachu and being called cute. Every time we talk about the P word.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite part of the game? And did you play Ghost of Tsushima?
Don't spoil.
Mechanically. I did, or story, or...
I did not play Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh.
I actually really like the fact that they wanted you to switch up the weapons, like depending on like the weapon type you were fighting against, because it forced me to use the other weapons.
I'll tell you right now, that I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. That is a very good developer decision because just switching stances is not satisfying at all.
Didn't force me. I still just use the exact same weapon for everything. I've always got my big giant sword, the Odachi, and I just leveled it up all the way, so nothing can ever stop me. That's the only weapon I ever.
I always wanted to use a Naginata, because those were my favorite weapons watching anime as a kid. I like the spear-looking thing. And post Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon... No. Was it Hero? Yeah, post the movie Hero with Jet Li, which is amazing, and everyone should go watch it. I love spear fighting. It's so sick.
I really like the story. I do wish we got more backstory on the Yotei 6, but overall, I really enjoyed it. And I also really liked, and I'd never seen this in an open world game before, the fact that you can just kind of stumble upon like NPCs, they're camped out, or they come to your little camping setup. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is that I was talking about this last week because I started playing Ghost of Yotei, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I started playing Ghost of Yotei while I was over there. I got back and started playing Tsushima, and I was worried that it was going to be a significant step gameplay-wise or environment-wise or whatever. And while the graphics are not as good in the PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima, it's still functionally, it's about the same. They do a very good job with the world immersion, and it didn't feel quite as Assassin's Creed-y as I remember it.
I will also say I did play most of the game on the PlayStation Portal.
Oh, God. Don't tell Martin Scorsese.
I won't. even though we meet every Tuesday. But
he's going to know, just like he knew with the Irishman.
Mm-hmm. And that was actually not that bad. The quality was fine. It is, I will say though, it's nice to watch on a big screen, the beautiful landscape, but it worked.
Oh well, what are you going to do? Also, just real quick, I, of course, am also constantly using the stealth weapon in Ghost of Yotei, but I don't even have to equip it because I only use it to do little stealth assassinations, so it's fine. Geese Peep, do you want to discuss Pluribus or Thanksgiving or Astroneer or Cyber Monday now?
I finally watched what is out for Pluribus, and it's a good show. I have lots of questions, and I can't wait for them to get answered, but I feel like everyone was hyping it up. It did not live up to the expectations I had in my head.
Well, that's what happens.
That's why you don't go online, and you just stumble upon Giri Haji from the Netflix home screen.
Because all the rest of us had zero expectations because they gave us nothing in the marketing and lead up. So we had no idea anything, and then we were pleasantly surprised. But so you, watching later, had to hear all of us talk about how sick it is, and so you built up high expectations.
What you do, Geese, is you become a very kind of glib and miserable and fed up with the world and its opinions subconsciously. And you say, these people will hype up anything. Recency bias. Doesn't everybody remember when X movie came out or Y movie came out or Sun or Moon came out and they weren't as good as everyone says they were? People don't know what they're talking about. And then you can be pleasantly surprised by anything, because that also goes in the other direction. When people are like, this is horrible, and you're like, they don't know what they're talking about, then you just form your own opinions.
I'm furious because Taylor beat me to the X and Y joke. Go ahead, Geese Peep.
What's funny is that I'm barely online. I read nothing about the show online. All my expectations came directly from my friends, so really they let me down.
If there's anything I've learned from watching Vinland Saga, it's don't trust your friends. I don't think that's a theme of the show, but it seems like it will be at some point.
Would you like to discuss Astroneer or Thanksgiving, Geese Peep?
I guess Thanksgiving was fine. My family is fine. Whatever. Great food. Lots of fun time. Whatever. I got.
Sounds thrilling.
It was thrilling.
What did you eat?
All the Thanksgiving food.
Okay. What did your family serve on Thanksgiving?
Use your imagination, everyone.
Yeah.
All the stereotypical meals are here.
Turkey.
It sounds like she's not even American, so she's just trying to fool people into thinking Thanksgiving. You know,
of course
all
I
the
could
guys.
tell you what I would eat. It's obvious. What would you eat? That's not rhetorical.
Mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole,
French fried potatoes, julienne potatoes, potato stew,
stuffing, mac and cheese.
Oh my God. I saw an Instagram reel, and I've never seen so many. You know how if you're on Instagram, Taylor, you can just ignore this because you're not. You know how you're on
pretend.
Okay, go and pretend. You know when you're on Instagram, Geese Peep,
yes,
and it shows you if other people liked a reel?
Of course I do.
I've never seen so many little faces and a liked reel for this new mac and cheese recipe. Wait, did you send me this? Where you eat the mac and cheese, but you prepare it by dropping in a block of curry? So it just becomes a very silky smooth, delicious mac and cheese.
That sounds delicious, though. Can you send that to me?
I mean, It makes a lot of sense. Curry, so a lot of people's little secret ingredient in their macaroni and cheese. I use a little bit of curry sometimes. But is Dijon mustard, and that has a similar flavor profile to curry.
I disagree. Astroneer, Geese Peep.
I got the new DLC, and I started a new save file. And here's the thing. I like being a little scavenger. I like collecting all of the old equipment that's in the story from the Astroneers before you. Anyway, in that game, your whole thing is you get resources and you build things, and that you build more things to go to new planets to get more resources.
Crazy.
I like collecting, don't like building. So it's really fun at the beginning of a new save file, but then I kind of lose interest, but I'll probably still keep playing.
No, you won't, Geese.
She'll never play again.
I have a question for you boys.
Yes?
Were there any good Cyber Monday deals or good Black Friday?
Yes, Taylor's going to talk about it in his segment, but the 20% off is finally here for eShop cards on both Costco and Sam's. So I got some of those. And we discussed back and forth the Cyber Monday deal for the Switch SD cards, the Switch 2 Micro or Express SD cards. We were going back and forth. We were trying to convince ourselves, are we getting one? I ended up convincing Taylor not to get one, but I ended up buying one. I didn't. I had to.
I did buy a Switch 2. So
I regret buying a Switch 2.
Oh
don't worry,
God.
I'll be right there with you. Give it a week. I'll be right there with you, Geese.
No,
I'm going to wait on playing Metroid Prime Remastered on the Switch 2, though. And I'm going to play Legends of Arceus on the Switch 2. And I'm going to play Ori and the Will of the Wisps on Switch 2. And I'm going to play Metroid Dread again on the Switch 2.
He literally got the Switch 2 for 20% off because you can buy a Switch 2 directly from Nintendo, and you can use the eShop cards, which are now 20% off. So there you go, Geese Peep. You regret buying a Switch 2. You had to spend money for your credit card, and then you got to play Donkey Kong.
It's just a very expensive Donkey Kong experience.
Don't worry, I had the same conversation over and over again with Metroid Prime 4. I'm just going to use it as a way of... Somehow I'm going to justify this. I'm going to jump through a couple little hurdles, nothing too bad, because really it was on sale. What else was I going to do? PlayStation Bucks weren't on sale, so there you go.
Actually, they're 15% off at Dollar General right now. But we don't have time, but I have to go off on this specific thing because I've said this before and I'm going to say it until the end of time because I hear this argument. It's so not thought out at all. I hear this argument so often for new consoles. Guys, you didn't get it just for Donkey Kong. If you play video games, just follow me along here. If you play video games...
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I did get this just for Donkey Kong.
If you play video games and you want to continue playing video games, they release new video games. When they release new video games, they come out on whatever the current generation of hardware is. If you are a Switch 1 owner and you bought Switch 1 games, you would then need to buy a Switch 2 to continue living in the present and in the future where new games will come out. And guess what? Console prices are rising. So the earlier you buy consoles these days, the better investment you're making, the cheaper it's going to be. It's silly to be like, oh, one game because I'm not in the end of the life cycle yet. Guys, come on, please.
Well,
get together.
Here's the thing. I also now have my Switch PS Portal, so they're competing.
They're not
in the
competing.
same ecosystem.
That's the hard
It's not
thing.
the same ecosystem. You can't play.
I have a Steam Deck, and I don't even use the Steam Deck. I was one of the absolute buffoons.
Did you buy it right before the OLED?
No, I pre-ordered it. I was up in counting down the seconds on my clock so I could pre-order the Steam Deck because I loved what they were doing so much. I got the super special edition with the cool custom keyboard. I'm hitting stuff. With the cool custom keyboard, the cool special carrying case, the etched screen, the additional internal memory. Less than a year later, OLED comes out. I'm so mad at myself I can't even boot it up again. Now, it's just an emulation station because I don't even play Steam games because I play everything on PlayStation. So I'm going to play just Donkey Kong, my favorite franchise, on my new Switch 2 that I got for $500. And then I'm not going to play my $500 Steam Deck. Also, I could play games on my PlayStation.
Okay, everybody calm down because listen, I also was going to get that exact same Steam Deck the day it came out, the countdown, etched screen. I wanted that, and then I looked at my bank account, and the number in my bank account was smaller than the number you needed for one Steam Deck, so it just didn't happen. The funniest part about it is the Steam Deck OLED is literally more powerful than the Steam Deck he bought. So it's just like lose, lose, lose on all accounts.
And I love OLED technology, Geese. You remember my story about the Zune HD?
Yeah, he loves the Zune.
Oh my gosh.
Geese Peep, can I do my Geese of the Week real quick? It won't take long, I promise. Okay.
Just this once.
Okay. Because what I should be telling you is I've watched the final season beginning of Stranger Things, but instead I realized, no, I got to be smart about this. I have to wait until the perfect day to buy 1 month of Netflix. So that way I get every Stranger Thing episode because they do a drop on Thanksgiving, a drop on Christmas, and a drop on New Year's. So I need to wait probably till like December 3rd. By the time you hear this, it'll be by then. But I just need to be very careful that I get all episodes for the cost of 1 month. And so I just need to wait. And also, I should be talking all about the Paranormal Activity stage play set in England, but I can't see that for a couple more days. So look forward to next week when I'm going to have stuff to say.
It's going to be so sick.
As far as things I've actually done, the new season of ZA ranked battles, I did that all in one sitting. I went from
Go
rank
Dragonite.
Yeah, I did use Dragonite. I went all the way from rank Z to rank A. Everybody was so scared of all these because in season 3 they let people use Zygarde, but my Dragonite killed these Zygardes so fast.
Just made them faint, knocked them out.
Just used a super powered up Outrage, and they were done. So I got my Chestnut-eyed. I'm going to get all my special. You get so many sick rare Pokeballs in the online battles. It's sick and cool and fun. And I've also been playing Ghost of Yotei. I'm going to have to beat that before Metroid Prime 4 comes out in a couple minutes. Taylor, please, your turn.
Thanksgiving arrived. Guncan and her mother. My aunt and uncle drove in. My mom was there. I wound up. Okay. This Thanksgiving started very simply. My mother said, I'm going to make the turkey. I'm going to make the beef. I'm going to make the mashed potatoes. It's going to be so easy. You two, me and Guncan, come in, Taylor, cook a dish. I said, okay, could you also make broccoli and rice casserole? Or I'll help you. And she said, maybe a little bit of help, but I really want to do Thanksgiving this year. I say, okay, sure. What wound up happening is I cooked every single dish, cleaned the entire house, set the table, did everything. I made broccoli and rice casserole. I made macaroni from scratch. Although, because I used Gruyere cheese, I didn't want to put Dijon mustard in it. I made a roast over 6 hours. I made my very first turkey ever. Everyone was complimenting it a lot.
Except for Aunt Cindy, who kicked the door open and said Thanksgiving's canceled. But
yeah. Oh, my mom was so close to canceling Thanksgiving. The idea of canceling a holiday is such a fun Disney Channel original movie villain concept that I can never... Okay, Geese Peep. My aunt canceled Christmas one year, and I still laugh about that to myself. Maybe 3-4 times a year. I will just sit to myself thinking about her saying, I'm canceling Christmas.
Christmas is canceled.
Because my cousin was not, he wasn't thankful enough.
He didn't say thank you fast enough, so the door is slammed.
He wasn't grateful enough as a human being. So she canceled the holiday. And I like, it still cracks me up. Oh, she's done so many things that are gold.
Cancel the cobbler.
Oh, just so good. Anyway.
Thought we had an agreement. Okay, Taylor,
I wound up cooking for 2 days straight because a lot of these things were like, I was working with one oven. I'm but one person. I'm one little girl. It was ridiculous trying to do this.
But one man.
So I managed to get all of Thanksgiving off without a hitch. Holiday shenanigans ensued, and up until the end of the evening, everybody was right as rain. Black Friday rolls around. I decide, you know what? I'm going to get myself out of the house. Everyone sit around. I'm going to go to Sam's Club. I buy a Sam's Club membership, go online. All of the Nintendo gift cards are out. I decide I need emotional shopping. I'm going to Sam's Club right now. I go to Sam's Club. I've had a lot going on in my head the couple days prior. Juggling a lot of dishes, juggling a lot of responsibilities, trying to help Guncan's mom pack 3 luggages and figure out how to get her through Amsterdam without having her luggages seized like we always do. I get into Sam's Club. I go straight to the Nintendo gift cards. I see the Nintendo gift cards. I grab the Nintendo gift cards. I think to myself, this is just Costco. I'm going to see if they have almond butter. They do not have almond butter. Spoiler alert. Nobody has almond butter. The savings were too good. We flew too close to the sun, I guess. I walk around the store looking for maybe some protein powder, looking for some low-fat cheese sticks, something. I go back into the memory card.
Sorry, listeners, he means string cheese. Because to me, a cheese stick is a fried mozzarella stick you dip in marinara.
Right. The package says cheese sticks, but yes.
Well, it's a string cheese, but go ahead.
Yeah. Who's to say?
Goldengo.
So I go to the electronics department, and I am looking up how to get SD cards. I then go online trying to get a Switch 2 Pro controller, which I cannot do because QVC are being a little unreasonable, in my opinion.
By the way, today's the last day for getting the 20% off, so if you need more credit, I can still buy some, I think, on my Costco account, because I didn't buy all 5.
I got one more with some Costco return bucks that I had. So at least I have the extra 100. But
So
I'm gonna wait for a drop because I'm not gonna use the Pro 2 controller. I have a Pro controller I've never touched. Literally never connected it.
The Switch Pro 2 controller is so good. You need to use it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not
it.
going to connect it to a TV anytime soon.
Yeah.
So,
well,
anyway.
it doesn't matter. You can play with the Pro controller, and the Switch 2 has a great little. You just set it up on your table.
This is going to be my handheld.
Yeah, that is handheld.
For me to get use. It's going to be full handheld, using my hands.
All right.
Okay, we're back in Sam's Club.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we got
I think because I've had quite a bit going on in my head. So in walking around the store, I realize I do not have my wallet. This is stressing me out to no end, as I have had wallets stolen before. It is very difficult because my driver's license is from another state and I need to get it shipped. I have credit cards, a little bit of cash this time, not the $400 I had last time, just a little 20. Not bad. I walk around this store like a mad person. Oh, I'm so upset. I'm still so upset about this. I go to the electronics department where I was looking at gift cards. I look at the electronics department where I was looking at SD cards. I start suspecting people in the store that I knew were in the aisles with me. I was over by the trees, and I remember this couple because the guy was enormous and the girl was wearing a bodysuit. And I kept thinking, what are you doing wearing a bodysuit in Sam's Club on Thanksgiving?
stealing wallets. That's what, Taylor.
Yep.
Clearly.
And I go and I question them and I say, hey, have you guys seen a wallet? And the guy goes, oh, no, sir.
That's exactly what a wallet thief would say.
We were just in this aisle. And I'm thinking to myself, And as I'm walking out of that aisle, I look back over my shoulder. I do not do this in a sly way, as I am 6.5 feet tall. And I notice he's just looking at me. And I'm thinking, this guy stole my wallet. I go over to members services and I ask them and they say, nobody's returned in a wallet. I go to the front door and I ask them, nobody's turned in a wallet. I go to every single checkout counter, which is my first time in a Sam's Club. I have no idea how their checkout counters work. Everybody says, oh, have you tried member services? Everybody says, oh, where were you? This lady giving out samples is talking to me saying, did you retrace your steps? and I'm saying, yeah. I'm starting to get very suspicious that everybody's a little bit not caring too much about me, and there's a pickpocket. I go by the T-Mobile booth, and after two separate people try to sell me a plan I'm already on, one person says, there have been a lot of pocket thieves. Bingo! I think to myself, it's that couple with the bodysuit. I go over to a general manager, and I say, oh my gosh, you need to... Oh, Geese, there are no heroes or villains in this story, I'll tell you that. I talked to this general manager and she says, did you go over your whatever? And I say, yes. She walks with me to the area in question where I think I left my wallet at the time. Or she takes me to the area where I left my wallet, which was on top of a bunch of Christmas trees, of course. So I can't find it. I'm moving boxes. I'm going under pallets. I'm crawling around on the ground at Sam's Club with my phone light out, begging manager and manager's lackey to look at the security footage. They spend more than 30 minutes going over security footage while I walk in a circle in the electronics department trying to manifest my wallet falling out of different GoPro bundles. I'm sitting here at my wit's end. They come back and they say, no, we cannot find it. And I said, was there anybody close to me? Thinking about bodysuit woman. They say, we don't have a good angle of this. And I said, you really, I don't even know where you guys have cameras. You really can't see this. Could you please check again? Maybe kind of follow my pathway. They go back. 30 minutes later, they come back. Manager lady says, I'm confused. You came over here. We watched your entire path, which obviously she saw me going straight from the gift card area to the almond, where the almond butter should have been. And you didn't drop anything. And what I had said to her was, could you see if maybe anybody took a peek over here or anybody reached over here where I might have dropped my wallet? I'm still hoping I have dropped it at this point and it was not a pickpocket. And she said, okay, she goes back. So this is probably an hour 15 she's spending looking at security footage. she comes back and she says, now I'm really confused because you didn't drop it. Nobody even came down this aisle after you. No one was looking at you. I watched for people following closely behind you. I'm on the phone with Guncan. I'm on the phone with Michael. I'm lamenting the day. I'm saying, what a terrible series of events this has been. I can't deal with this anymore. I have to fly to Montana. I have to cash these gift cards. All I have in my hand are my car keys and my gift cards, and I can't buy the gift cards. I'm checking Guncan. She's out shopping with her mom. She's checking her phone every minute, checking our joint account, checking my account. Notifications, looking everywhere. I'm refreshing over and over. I'm going to catch you, thieves, I say to myself. I'm scrolling, refreshing. Manager comes over, walks me all around the loop-de-loops I've been doing in the electronics section. She then says, oh, this is so insulting. Could it be in your car? I think to myself, I'm not an idiot. I'm not imagining taking out my phone and taking out my wallet and trying to activate my QVC card. So I say, okay, just hold on to these so nobody else takes them. I go out to my car and it's in the driver's.
Taylor.
This opera was one of the more embarrassing moments of my life.
And he's never embarrassed.
I kept apologizing so much. Manager, I'm talking to this woman about every bad thing that's happened to me ever. She's telling me she's sorry. I'm saying I can't believe it. I have not slept well, is what I told her. She's talking to other floor managers. Sample lady is asking me if everything's okay. People at the door that I have never seen before are asking me if I found my wallet. I have a reputation at this Costco.
Oh my gosh.
There are employees that were not on the clock when I got there who were on the clock afterwards talking to me about my wallet. Anyway, I called their regional manager. I managed to actually get in touch with this person. I left what was her name? Belinda, a glowing review. Shouts out to Belinda.
Shouts out Belinda.
For saying, why don't you check your car?
Well, and going through security footage looking for imaginary pickpockets.
So good. During that story, I knew it was in your car, but during that story, I thought, what if they're all working together? What if this is a big conspiracy? That's the whole, that's because they can't compete with Costco. So the only way Sam's Club can actually earn money is to make sure that everybody inside it's like a ring of pickpockets working together.
Exactly. And I just kept thinking, this would never happen in Costco.
No, it would never happen in Costco.
They're not checking memberships at Sam's.
No, of course not. Okay, we'll talk about Nando's next week. I think it's time for Poké-news.
Poké-news of the week.
In our first piece of Pokemon news this week from SarahB.net, the Pokemon Go Pass December is starting to roll out. It runs from December 2nd to January 6th. Look, there's a Palkia Pow Pow. In the next piece of Pokemon news from SarahB.net, the next 7-star Terra Raid battle has been fully revealed. You can battle against Dragon Terra-type Dragapult. It runs from December 5th through December 7th, and then again a week later from December 12th through December 14th with all the Blissies in the second round. And this is it, guys. This concludes the 7-star pseudo-legendary powerhouse Pokemon. So I don't know if it's going to be over or they're going to be doing new pokes. I really need them, Taylor, to do a fun little repeat round where all of them are available because there are a couple I've missed. And it's going to be very sad if I just never get to complete my Mighty Smart collection. In the final piece of Pokemon news this week, Taylor, we do it every week. Our favorite thing as a podcast is to make sure we record the day before big DLC news. So it has been confirmed that the new Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension news will release tomorrow. By the time you hear this, you'll already know what the news is, but you're not going to hear it from us because that happens the day after recording. It is now time to discuss an episode of Pokemon. Geese, tell Taylor to tell me what happened last time on Pokes in English.
Taylor, tell him.
Previously on Pokemon, Alt finally starts training, and we finally get some character development. Let's go.
Geese Peep, can you please tell us the name of this week's episode 118 of Pokemon Horizons Rising Again in English?
Liko and Hattrem, the bond of happiness.
or in Japanese, Liko toテブリム、幸せの絆. Geese Peep, can you please give us a one-sentence synopsis for this week's episode, please?
Middle child evolution.
This episode, guys, is interesting. Like, I don't know who they hired to do this one.
It's a weird one.
I thought I was dreaming.
Okay, well, yes, actually. A huge shout out to whoever's in charge of animation for this episode. The fact that you gave so many animators the holiday season off is just fantastic.
There's only one PowerPoint presentation. Guys, we're opening up on Blueberry Academy. We see some Wingle flying by. We got Liko eating what I can only imagine is breakfast, because I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of eating and a lot of meals in this episode. So I'm guessing Liko is eating breakfast in the cafeteria.
This episode in meals, there's so much eating, and it is all the most boring eating I've seen in this show so far.
No.
Somehow managed to make every meal more or less interesting than the previous.
Geese Peep loves sandwiches, but were you saying something, Geese Peep?
No, I was just going to say that the sandwich looked really good.
See, I knew it. Immediately, I'm sure.
Did he say, were you going to say something? And you said no, I was just going to say.
I can tell you right now, I'm sure Geese Peep was immediately.
You don't know me.
Gonna be disturbed as Meowscarada ate food off of Liko's lips. Just like put her finger there. And
did I ever.
Geese Peep, did you see Charcadet just a scorfing it?
He was so hungry, he needed Hattrem's food.
I was actually really.
Food.
I think I am taking a little bit of points off of this episode just because they give us a little bit of a fake out with so many close-ups of Charcadet eating and Charcadet training, and this episode does not go how I wanted it to go.
Well, we don't have a suit of armor just sitting around ready to go. But anyway,
but somebody does. Somebody at Blueberry Academy does.
No, they don't. Okay, we're getting ready for training, guys. And now Anne's going to show up, and she says, Liko, there's only one thing we can do today, and that's, of course, look for Ditto blocks. It's everybody's favorite. Here, I'm going to give you some parentheses for me. Not my favorite. Blueberry Quest. Favorite. It's running around looking for Ditto blocks. This is so difficult in game. I could never do it. I always had to be carried by my other teammates who were actually good at finding Ditto blocks. I could never find them. They're so well hidden in Scarlet and Violet.
I mean, shouts out to the Dittos.
Like that.
Yeah, you probably would like it, but it took forever in game for me. Also, in addition to looking for Ditto blocks, maybe we could have a battle or some training. Okay.
Sure. And we're gonna show every frame of that training.
And now Liko is going to give all of her Pokemon some attention, but Geese Peep, Meowscarada, as she is wont to do, starts to get a little bit jealous. And when I say a little bit jealous, I mean big jealous.
Huge.
She wants all of Liko's attention and snuggles.
Yep. And Hattrem, she just says, that's fine. I have no problem with that. You can scratch Meowscarada's little chin. I don't care. That makes me happy, if anything. And now we get Anne just staring at Hattrem, and I'll be the first to admit it. There's a lot of points in this episode. I write the words. I'm confused. I don't know what that look was.
It was very strange of Anne to give.
I mean, eventually they do reveal why she gave that look, but we'll save that until it actually happens. It's time for a theme song. We're back from the theme song, and we see Liko and Anne walking in the terrarium past the exact same Pokemon we see every single episode. It's your boys, Alolan Dugtrio, Oricorio Powu form, and Pikipek. Also, we got an Execute, a Slackoth, a Horsey, a Smeargle. Oh, look, Geese Peep, it's our first hidden Ditto block.
Wow.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And immediately...
Oh. Your mirror.
This one?
This one doesn't want to battle.
Yeah, I think a lot of these Ditto really aren't in a battle, and they just like being blocks and thriving. What's the phrase, Geese Peep? Moisturized,
living
thriving
their
in my
truth.
element.
Moisturized, hydrated, thriving.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Not real.
Oh.
Meowscarada catches the Ditto, and guys, we gotta say it. For whatever points Taylor's taking away, we gotta just start just dropping points.
The faces.
Ditto is such a wonderful Pokemon. In this episode, all these Ditto are so cute, so lovable, so fun. Just start throwing the points. We're already in like the 12s right now of points, so we're doing
so cute.
They're cute, but like, what are they doing? I'm just immediately thinking, oh my goodness, this is the nothing sandwich that was foretold last episode.
No, actually, I enjoyed this more than I thought because last episode was great. Oh, we never asked Geese Peep we'll ask her at the end how she felt about last week's episode.
I wish I could be a Ditto and just turn into a block and not have to think or battle.
She'd love it.
Geese, you could just stay in your room.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only problem is I have to think.
That's a tricky one.
Meowscarada.
We could come up with something.
Meowscarada grabs the Ditto block. Ditto is very scared, and immediately Hattrem says, I don't like the Ditto's not happy. Meowscarada, put the Ditto down, please. God, let him go.
I just kept thinking about Hattrem in this episode, and why doesn't Hattrem communicate more directly to the humans? Why doesn't she make the humans feel what the Pokemon, like, why doesn't she facilitate empathy instead of just having a panic attack no matter what's happening?
Okay, let's walk around. Oh, we're in the canyon biome. Look at this horrific model of Drillbur. Wow, they really didn't animate that guy, huh? And there's a Hitmonlee. And then we get a PowerPoint, I think, of them finding a bunch more Ditto. Oh my god, they're so cute. Guys, we found a shiny. We found a shiny Ditto. I'm freaking out.
It was sick, but I think it was just a way of them animating less because they're like, oh, okay, we already drew Ditto. What can we draw that's another Pokemon that has the same number of lines? And someone said, shiny time.
And the way these Ditto run away, adorable. Just
and then they just turn into blocks. The Ditto are cute.
And then, okay, I hope everybody's keeping the tally of the score in their head because we gave it a bunch of points for how cute Ditto is. I'm having to take away some points now because out of nowhere, Anne says, wow, that Ditto sure is shiny. On that note, why don't we battle? And I say to myself, who wrote this?
Do you know how... Oh, I was so upset at this scene. I know I do this. What would Taylor do in this situation? A lot. But they could have made this such a funny moment if she just said, why don't you, Charcadet and Samurott, why don't you two battle or become rivals? And then instead of having a cut to them battling, the music just starts as they look at each other. Like, why not just have the music cut in a really unusual time? Oh, I would have cracked up.
Yeah,
just standing next to each other, battle music kicks in. Come on.
There's so many odd moments in here. I'm thinking, is there a language barrier happening here? Do I just not get it?
It feels like a dream. I was like, did AI write this episode? Because it's just...
Ooh, it does feel like that.
Number one rule of writing. So one thing has to lead to the next. You can't just say this and then this happens. You have to say this because of this happens. I don't know. The battle comes out of nowhere and it's frustrating to watch.
And it could have been so funny. It could have at least been absurd.
Yeah, it wasn't. Okay, Ember, take it, Samurott. Ember again. And Samurott's just smacking those embers away with his big old sword. Very sick.
Great animation.
PowerPoint present. No, it's not. Taylor's making a joke here. Funny there.
This episode had to have had a line requirement that was very low.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we may be watching a PowerPoint at this point, but Hattrem is loving it. She's just on the edge of her seat watching this little training montage. Okay, well, time for lunch. Hattrem, make some sandwiches. And now we got to raise the points a little bit more. Geese Peep, I don't know if you noticed this, but Meowscarada holding Charcadet, hysterical. Charcadet going like, hey,
very cute.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute, but
And now, Taylor, it's your favorite part of the episode. Liko's going to have a full-on heart-to-heart with Hattrem, asking, Hattrem, here's the thing. Do you think you're always just putting others before yourself and before what you actually want, Hattrem? Is that what you're up to?
The themes in this episode make no sense, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because she tries to retcon things a little bit where she's like, ooh, remember this time? You were doing this. Ooh, remember when this person wanted to train? That was you too. And it gave me such kind of that vibe that Assassin's Creed 3 had, where it was like, okay, I wasn't there for everything.
Oh, it's a deep cut. Yeah. It was, of course, referencing the myriad of jokes that happened. Even in Assassin's Creed 2, this happened, where it's just like, wow, you really are the Forrest Gump of the Assassin's League, Ezio and Connor. You guys were there for the signing of the Declaration of Independence. You were there for the crossing of the Delaware. You just were there every single step of the way.
Paul Revere didn't deliver that message.
It was Ezio.
It was this Italian man screaming about the British.
Okay, unfortunately, this scene doesn't really work in the heart-to-heart because instead of Hattrem looking like she understands what Liko is talking about, she just has this giant smile with a no thoughts head empty face, looking like a dog or somebody that
goofy
or somebody
it's
that
so goofy.
It reminds me of, like, you know, you're talking to somebody and you're saying, do you want this? And they don't speak English, so they're just smiling real big, and saying yes over and over again. Oh, so good.
And then Anne does a big frown and Liko's like, what's wrong? And she's like, oh, never mind. And then literally the next scene, Anne is like, oh, you know, when I said that it was fine, well,
I was lying.
Actually, I meant this.
It was so silly, the turnaround, because nothing happens in between it. Nothing happens. Oh boy, they could have at least thrown in an additional sandwich.
Yeah, it was at this point in the episode, I thought to myself, this is a very odd episode. And I was curious what this was about. And I thought, is Anne behaving strangely because she's not connecting with her Pokemon as much as Liko is? So feels like she's a bad trainer or something? I don't know. Okay, well, we've been talking about lunch for a while. Let's actually have lunch this time, okay? Please. Charcadet, Samurai, you guys can keep training if you want, but I need Liko to make some sandwiches. Hattrem, you can keep curing Charcadet for the time being. That's fine.
But we don't need to see them gathering ingredients or preparing the food. Just honestly, let's just see the finished product on a table.
Yeah. Also, Liko, it's me, Anne, talking right now. Here's the thing. I personally, me and the middle child, I see a lot of myself in Hattrem. Everybody's always asking, oh, Anne, you always put others before yourself. You should really try to go after your own happiness. But it turns out, me and Hattrem, we like doing things for other people. That is what makes us happy.
So is the moral of the story actually let other people walk over you? You like it.
I thought the moral that they were going for was, hey, you need to look out for yourself. Don't just do things for others, which is
that's
opposite, or the opposite of a lot of what they've been communicating in this show, which is do things for others, including the last episode, which, secretly, you have been fighting for others. And that's how you're going to get stronger. This episode is, hey, stop fighting for others.
I thought we were going to get a little thing like sometimes you can do things for others too much where you don't address your own needs.
If it had been them talking about boundaries, it would have been so sick. It would have been like such a good opportunity. Like if Liko had gotten exhausted this episode, or Anne had, just running around saying, I can only, even you could have run into the bit of her making everybody's meals every single time and just handing out all these sandwiches and being exhausted. And then somebody saying, hey, could we get dessert? And she could say, I haven't even had dinner yet. Or something, anything other than, hey, stop doing things for other people. And then using Hattrem and using Anne like this? Come on.
Weird.
Ridiculous.
Really weird.
So Anne says, yep, that's the case. And you and Hattrem need to, I'm leaving. Hattrem, come over here. Talk to Liko. Make some sandwiches.
Hattrem, you're famously selfless.
I love the music in this episode. Some goofball music. Well, let's be honest. It's sick. Lots of sick music. But also goofy as all get out. Because the music they give when they do the dramatic showing of all the sandwich ingredients right here. Great. Wonderful. And then we get a little montage of lunch being prepared. Some more training. Wow. What a tasty sandwich. And Geese Peep, it's all thanks to Hattrem.
And Liko starts crying, talking about how Hattrem is so empathetic that she could read Liko's mind and knew what kind of seasonings to put on the sandwiches. And she was just crying about this.
And we get a flashback of when they first met, when she was a baby Hatena running around in the rain.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh
crazy.
my God, she was healing so many mice back then, Geese.
When I met you, I was worried you would always take care of other people's problems. But now you do that, and also you like it?
And you make me so happy, Hattrem. And you calm me. And then, like Geese Peep said, Hattrem's crying. Everybody's so happy. Hugs all around. Tears are falling. And my God.
We really did it.
What happens to Hattrem, Geese Peep?
She evolves
into Hattrem, and she envelops Liko. Time for a commercial break. We're back from the commercial break.
And at this point, Taylor over here can't wait for the episode to be over.
Oh.
I was sitting there and I was thinking, surely they did the commercial break 4 minutes before the credits, right?
No, this episode's fine. It's interesting. Very odd, but
I feel like there was a lot of Hattrem enveloping people, and I feel like that's some like weird.
Here's something very important. Not a lot of Pokemon people don't even know this, Geese Peep. So when you look at Hattrem, it looks like she's much, much taller. Hatteren's body is actually pretty small. It's kind of on par with Hattrem. What you see is that long hair cloak.
I know.
And it looks like a body, but there's actually nothing in there. Hattrem gets a full fashion show treatment, photo shoot, and all the Pokemon are just admiring her. I think all evolution should get this treatment where everybody just goes, wow, you are so sick. Look at you.
Now, this is the everybody's on vacation special. We can't even animate reactions.
Taylor, I can't believe you would say this. One of the funniest scenes ever put to celluloid, ever animated. Every one of the Pokemon just eating sandwiches, admiring Hattrem. Just Meowscarada rubbing Hattrem while eating a hoagie. It's wonderful.
It's weird because I know it's hair, but it looks like her body, so it looks like she's just groping her.
Yeah, it's hair though.
Yeah,
it's something. It's hair / hat / something.
It's probably emotions.
It is bionical. What do they call it?
Yeah,
bioengineered.
Yeah, the rising threat of Mata Nui. Yeah.
Okay, now we're getting some more points taken off the score because Anne explains that this was a happiness evolution, which is amusing because they act like happiness evolutions aren't a real thing, and she just made them up. But happiness evolutions are very much a real thing in Pokemon, but Hattrem evolves to Hattrem at level 42. Has nothing to do with if she's happy or not, so I don't know what to tell you. Probably a translation issue, maybe.
Sure, yeah.
At this point, Liko's going to consult the Pokedex all about her new Pokemon Hattrem, and while she's doing that, Hattrem grabs 3 more Ditto. Very amusing. The Ditto, by the way, Geese Peep, at this point, they're loving it. They love being grabbed and enveloped and then running away and screaming, no, 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 no. Okay, let's run off with Anne now. Oh, wait. Hattrem wants to explore this cave that Ditto bounced into real quick. Taylor, now we hear from the production studio house someone yell out, I'm going to need the sickest, spooky choral music we got. And the music man replies, you got it, boss.
You got it.
Oh my God, there's a scream from coming deep within the cave. And it turns out it was a Ditto, spooked by some baby Dynamo. And an electric. Oh my God.
Okay. So this next sequence felt like something out of a 30s silent cartoon, like Steamboat Willie. And I was there for it.
It really did, but it just didn't make any sense with the episode or the show for that matter. Like, it was so incongruent with Pokemon.
It was.
And I was watching it and I was like, what the heck?
I kind of liked it.
Okay, here's what happens. First of all, I'm terrified for Ditto's life. This boy's screaming like it's curtains for him. Yeah. And I'm just yelling, Ditto, transform, just transform. Please, God, you'll scare him away. But no, he doesn't like battling, so he's not gonna. And then Liko runs up to him and says, we gotta save it, gang. So Electric then attacks Charcadet, and Charcadet uses Ember, and then Ember's the Dynamo coming for you. And guys, here's the thing.
Sure.
Click, sure. What's that from? Sure.
There's one guy who has a thriving, I guess, Instagram and TikTok. Aki, the bodega owner who makes sandwiches.
Oh, he does do that. Sure, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he does do it. He does do that.
And he always knows everybody's order.
Don't forget
let me get a bacon sandwich on
the
toaster strudels. Get it the Aki way. And it's never the same.
Yeah, don't forget the Bev. Okay. Here's the thing, Geese Peep. Clearly,
like Stranger Things.
Taylor?
Great joke.
Taylor?
Yes?
Geese Peep, clearly the training worked. Because Charcadet, he's firing off embers so fast. He's knocking out everybody. He's probably knocked out, 60% of these Dynamo and Electric? Just with his little embers?
100%.
Great work.
And the girls in the back are like, nice, in Pokemon language.
And then the director of the episode once again runs to the music department and says, thank you for the spooky choral music. I now need the goofiest clown music you possibly can find anywhere on this planet.
We're talking music straight out of the Gladiators arena.
Yeah. And the music man once again says, with a tear rolling down his face, you got it, boss. Hi, Poncho.
The only one that showed up to work that day was the music department.
Meowscarada, while Charcadet's doing all this, save Ditto.
I love how scared Ditto looks. He's so cute.
God, the boy's never been so scared in his life. So Meowscarada just yo-yos him up, gives him to Hattrem. I mess it up every time.
It's fine.
Gives it to Hattrem to hold. But oh my God, I think I've written, oh my God, more times in this episode than any episode in the history. Oh my God, in Electros appears. I hope it doesn't Mega Evolve, guys. Don't worry, it won't. There's no rogue Mega Evolutions in Blueberry Academy. That is exclusively in Lumiose City. So we don't have to worry about it.
Sick.
All the time, the surviving, Dynamo and Electric tell Electros all about what happened and how all these guys were beating up all the little guys, and you better take him out. So Electros, Geese Peep, he starts to lose it. And Liko starts to make an escape plan so they can get away. But I don't think it's going to be necessary, Geese Peep, because
she saunters over.
Who is she?
Hattrem slices over. Hattrem saunters over.
Hang on,
slices.
No. How do you get sliced in there?
Because she's gonna phantom slice her psycho.
Yeah.
Okay, please continue, Geese Peep. You've been interrupted every time.
Hattrem saunters over and psycho cuts the eel, and then heals it, and then repeats that 2 more times.
Several times, and all the while, Ditto, just adorable, just cowering in her hair hat appendage thing. Great.
So is this like a chain of eternal torment where she's just defeating this Electros and then reviving it?
No. Because he keeps, until the 5th time or whatever, he's the one that keeps asking for it. It's not like she's just being nice. She heals it, but it's not like she's like, now I'm going to be, because there's a very important distinctly between her healing it and then beating it up again. That's not what happens. She's stopping a threat, i.e. Electros attacking all of them, and then to be nice, just heals it, and that's the end of it. But Electros chooses to attack again, which forces her hand to do another Psycho Cut. So no, she's not being cruel. Electros is just being dumb.
Because this was giving me Kenpachi Duel 1,000 Year Blood War vibes.
Then you got the wrong idea. You got the wrong idea. Finally, Electros realizes after 5 times, wait, I am fool. Please, go ahead. Please, we'll let you leave the cave.
This was what I was talking about, like, so, not Tom and Jerry, but it was so...
1996.
It's Looney Tunes. It's Tom and Jerry, yeah. Okay, then I felt so bad for Anne as Liko finally leaves this cave. Anne has been standing in the polar biome in the snow for so long in her shorts. I thought, my God, she must be freezing.
Poor Anne.
Also, when they walk out, Hattrem and Meowscarada are like snuggling up on Liko, and Anne's like, look at these ladies. That was funny.
It was a strange line because she says, yeah, those girls may love you, but not as much as I love you, Liko. And Liko goes, what? And goes, look at what I've done for you. And then Shiva comes out of nowhere. She summons her guardian force, Taylor, and uses diamond dust. And it's beautiful now. It's like a sparkly snowstorm because the Terrarium Club put it together.
Yeah. So the Dome Club did that? What is the Dome Club? What do they do?
Geese Peep, these are wonderful questions. Did I have time before recording to find out if Dome Club is like a Japanese name and there's actually a different English word for it something from the games?
They'll explain it next episode.
Yeah.
Don't have anything else to do.
So yeah, then the two girls are going to romantically stand in the sparkling, beautiful sparkles.
And it's like, when I first met you, I was worried that you just bottle everything up. But obviously, you're fine because you have the Rising Bull Tacklers and you have me.
And then everybody dances.
And deserved better than this episode.
Now we're going to cut back to the cafeteria. Oh, hey, everybody. It's the Rising Bull Tacklers. We see Old, Dot, Roy. They're all here. What?
Ult's not here.
Ult is 100% here. He's sitting at the table.
Is he?
Yep. He's eating a delicious Chicago-style deep dish pizza. Watch the episode.
No
Didn't make it up.
No
he didn't walk in with Dot and Roy. He was just already sitting there. He woke up early.
Does he say anything?
No. He just sits there.
Well, that's why I didn't.
She lizard watches and just has one eye closed. So she can only see some of the screen. So then Roy reveals, Liko, wonderful news. Briar finally did her job and put her notes on Terapagos together. Yay! To be continued. Geese, please tell us
I wanted them after... Okay, just real quick, I'm sorry. I wanted them to have the biggest comedy moment of this episode, part 2, outside of Charcadet and Samurott having a goofball cut with the battle music kick in while they're just standing next to each other. I wanted them to say she's finally finished compiling her notes, and it was just a close-up of Terapagos not eating a sandwich.
No, it was Terapagos eating a sandwich, though.
To go back to her former remarks. Remember the really melodramatic moment? Yeah.
It was good. That'd be a funny joke, Taylor. You should work on Horizons. Just yelling in English at these Japanese men. Okay.
Just screaming out, no, this is what you should do.
Okay, Geese Peep. We talked a lot this episode, so let's go ahead and rip on through Mega of the Week. Let's rip on through Wrap Up. Please tell us. Let's rip on through our scores of the week. Go ahead and tell us all about Mega Blaziken this week, please.
Blaziken, the Blaze Pokemon, when it Mega Evolves, its kicking powers are increased, and it's so good at kicking, the friction in the air makes the legs on fire.
Wow.
And the animation is just, we see the Blaziken just sprinting around Nidothing, and Nidothing is like, we get it, you're fast.
Yeah, he's very... Okay, time to discuss our scores this week. Ooh, what? Okay, it's nowhere near the 9s. Let's get that out of the way. For me, it's in the 8s or 7s.
Really?
Oh, you need to go super low? There was enough funny and unique stuff in here that, yeah, the music was fun. It could be in the 8s or 7s for me. Definitely.
There was a lot of funny stuff that we said about the episode.
It was interesting. You put a shiny Ditto in here? You do a big evolution in there? Yeah, that's 7s or 8s for me. Geese Peep, what'd you think?
It felt like they had a lot of ideas for filler for different shows, and they like different episodes. And they were like, we really need to evolve Hattrem now at this point. We'll just throw everything together. And maybe also let's write the script while we're half asleep. And
I actually thought, I think it was Geese that said this. This feels like an AI written episode.
No, I said it was AI. She said it felt like a dream. Both are accurate.
Yes. This is not an episode for me at all. I think an evolution needs to not be the purpose of the episode in and of itself. I think it should be thematically interesting. I think to go back to Tinkaton.
All you do is go back to Tinkaton. Before Taylor talks about Tinkaton, I'm so sorry because we're all going to forget if we don't do this right now. Geese Peep, do you have a score for last week, the incredible episode? Everybody gave in the high 9s?
Yeah.
9.3. It was great.
Okay, so yeah, that was the good one.
Such a good episode. Wow.
So Geese Peep, please, we were talking about your score for this episode, the Hattrem episode.
I honestly like the Looney Tunes stuff. I wish they went all in on that. A bizarre.
They gave you the clown music. They tried their best.
It was just so odd. I don't know what the lesson they were trying to tell.
There wasn't one. That was the thing. They just went back on the last episode's lesson and they presented this one by one character just talking to the other one and Liko almost projecting onto Hattrem, saying, oh, you always do everything for others, where that's not, I mean, she's an empathetic Pokemon. That's how she exists. But that's like saying, Charmander, you're always on fire. And it's like, well, yes.
It's like they brought up the fact that this could be an issue, but thank goodness it's not an issue.
Yeah, thank God. What score are we giving Geese Peep? Do you not like to be the first one to give a score? Because you normally
I'm
are the
thinking.
Well, think about the animation. Think about the super cohesive story.
Think about that off-model drill bird that I could have drawn better. Janky arm.
Think about the PowerPoint presentations. Think about Anne and how she's been alongside Liko training at the same clip, and they're in Blueberry Academy. Think about that and what they do with all of those moving pieces.
The diamond dust was beautiful.
I'm going to give it a 7.
7?
It was interesting. I'll give it that. Yeah,
7.0 parentheses. It was interesting. I'll give it that. Taylor?
Okay.
Yes, I'm not done.
She's not done.
Oh, wow. You can't say I'm not done and then start with an and a pause.
I'm just so confused about where they're going with Hattrem and what the personality will be like.
I'll tell you what happened. No one was around. No one from the art department. It was director San and music. What's it called?
Music Kun.
Yeah, music San. They're just sitting there trying to make this episode, and they're saying, "Okay, put it into ChatGPT." And he said, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's fine. Whatever. I can animate that." And just nobody did anything with anything. And people were saying, okay, so something has to happen in this one, right? It can't just be sandwiches. And the other person says, who can evolve? Well, we can't waste a good evolution. Hattrem.
To be fair, sometimes I eat a sandwich so good, I do cry and I do evolve as a person.
7.0. Taylor, what was your score this week?
2.
No, be real.
I hate this episode. I'm giving it as a 3.5. This episode is so bad. The whole time I was just thinking, pick something and go with it, or stop the episode. Make it a 16-minute episode.
He's being realistic. I'm not typing 2 yet. He's probably going to come to his senses.
No, I'm giving it a 3.5. That's my answer.
3.5.
This is such a bad episode. It's such a way. I finished the episode and I thought, what a waste of time.
They did repeat the same animation at least 3 times.
Yeah.
No bad. 3.5. 3.5. Below average.
Yeah, I'll say.
But you're putting this right next to the last episode that actually had character development, had themes.
Taylor, we said last week we knew it wouldn't be good. You can't have 2 goods in a row.
Knowing that a storm's coming doesn't keep you dry.
Yes, it does, because you know to evacuate.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
But it's awful.
No.
awful episode. It's terrible.
I would have been fine in like low 7s, but if Taylor's honestly and truly gonna make me type 3.5, I gotta give it like an 8.5 or something, because that's obscene. A 3.5. This isn't.
You know what else was obscene? This episode
loses Spriga teats. Okay, hold on.
I give average episodes 5 to 5.5.
No,
this is below average.
I'm gonna write 3.5, but in parentheses, everybody realize he's clearly joking. Okay,
terrible episode. Don't watch it.
No, it's fun.
Don't give it.
I enjoy it. Okay, I'll give it a 6.
I just want to know what the Dome Club is up to.
Yeah, they're probably just talking about like the League Club or something. I'm guessing, right? It's like all those guys. Oh, it's probably talking about. So when you play the game, you're constantly getting all the blueberry bucks, and you're upgrading your league room and all the League Club. It's probably just the League Club, like all the people who work together to expand the terrarium and bring more Pokemon in from the outside world. It's probably those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
It was a goofball episode. It is a very odd episode. I've seen much worse episodes. It's not a 3.5.
My only problem is it's okay if you're a goofball episode, but just follow through on any of that. It was such a disjointed, like dipping a toe into 4 different pools and then swimming in none of them.
Taylor, I'm giving it a 7.4, but keep in mind, this would easily be in the 5s, right? If it didn't have so many little redeeming, cute, funny moments. There's a lot of fun to be had in this episode. I love when people are eating.
There's a lot of potential.
I love Olt's deep dish Chicago-style pizza that Geese Peep just closed her eyes at. So it's a 7.4. What an odd episode. All right, it's time for the wrap-up. We gotta get out of here. Geese Peep, just boom, just give it, just get them.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can find us at Look, Listen, Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Please like and comment so more people can find us. Thank you to Keith for our work. You can find him at twitch.tv/KeithSquared.
Check out Professor Ticklebits for the website and the
boilerplate.
Twitch.tv/Prof_Ticklebits. Please recommend this podcast to your friends, families, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, grandmas. Shouts out Belinda.
Shout out Belinda.
Belinda, please send an email to looklistencast@gmail.com. We'll answer it. And that's it. Everybody say goodbye. Geese Peep's going to say goodbye 5 times. I'm going to say goodbye 1 time. Taylor's going to say goodbye 1 to 2 times. Maybe 1.5 times. Goodbye.
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 Okay, 4 more. Goodbye.
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 Good.
Goodbye.
3.5, Joe.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Peep. Thank you for listening to the Geese Peep Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.